Lara Crokaert, better known as Lara Fabian, is a Belgo-Canadian singer. Multilingual, she sings in French, Italian and English. She has also sung in Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, Turkish, Hebrew, Greek, and German. She has sold over 20 million records worldwide and is the best-selling Belgian-born female artist of all time. She is a lyric soprano with a vocal range that spans 3 octaves from C3 to Ga and registered trademark 6 in live performances. Early life: born to a Belgian father and a Sicilian mother in Attribution, Belgium, Fabian spent her first 5 years in her mother's hometown of Catania in Sicily, before moving back to Brussels, Belgium. She began singing, dancing and taking piano lessons at a young age, and began formal music lessons at age 8. She began writing and performing her own songs during her 10 years of formal music study. Fabian's songs were influenced by her classical vocal and by contemporary artists such as Barbra Streisand and Queen. Music career, 1986 to 1993, early music career. During the 1980s, Fabian entered a number of European competitions and won several prizes. She released her first single, Les est en pleurs/Il y avait in 1986. Both songs were written by the Belgian composer Marc Lurch as an homage to Daniel Balavoine. In 1988, the RTL TV channel in Luxembourg invited Fabian to represent the country at the 33rd Eurovision Song Contest, held that year in Dublin, Ireland. The song was a composition of Jacques Cardona and Alain Garkiak entitled Croa, which reached a respectable 4th place. The single became a hit in Europe, selling nearly 500,000 copies. In 1990, Fabian and musical collaborator Rick Allison moved to Montreal, Canada to embark on a career in North America. They began their own music label and publishing company, Productions Clandestines. In August 1991, the self-titled, French-language, debut album, Lara Fabian, was released in Canada and sold over 100,000 copies. The album went gold in 1993, and platinum the following year. The success of upbeat dance-pop singles such as Le Jour to the First to Partira, Les Mers, and Qui pense à l'amour gave Fabian the radio exposure she needed. She received several nominations at the 1993 ADISQ Awards, and a poll published around that time voted her Quebec's most promising singer. 1994 to 1996, breakthrough album, Carpe Diem. Constant touring in Quebec helped Fabian's 1994 album Carpe Diem become her breakthrough album. The album went gold 3 weeks after its release, and spawned 3 hit singles, To Te en Vas, Si te m'aimes, and Lila. The following year, the album went triple platinum. The success of Carpe Diem was recognized at the 1995 ADISQ Gala. Fabian received 2 FAR Copyright Licks Awards, Best Show of the Year and Best Female Singer of the Year. In 1996, Walt Disney Studios asked Fabian to voice the character of Esmeralda in the French version of the animated feature The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Disney also included Que Dieu aide les exclus, Fabian's French version of the song God Help the Outcasts, on the film's English soundtrack album beside Bette Midler's version. 1997 to 1999, mainstream international success, Pure and Live. After the success of Carpe Diem, Fabian signed a contract with the French Polydor label for several albums and Pure was released in June 1997. Pure sold over 2 million copies in France and the album went platinum in less than 2 weeks, and spawned several hit singles, Tout, Je t'aime, Humana, each of which sold more than 1 million copies, and the anti-homophobia anthem La Diva copyright runs. The album won a FAR Copyright Licks for Popular Album of the Year at the 1997 ADISQ Gala and was nominated for 2 Juno Awards in the Best-Selling French Album category, and for Fabian as Best Female Singer. In February 1998, Fabian received the Discovery of the Year award during the Victoires de la Musique Gala. Also in 1998, Polydor released Carpe Diem in Europe, securing her international popularity. In November 1998, she received the FAR Copyright Licks Award for Artist with the most recognition outside Quebec at the ADISQ Gala. In December, She was voted Revelation of the Year by Paris Match, which put her on its cover to mark this occasion. In March 1999, Fabian released her first live album, simply named Live, which debuted at #1 on the French charts. This helped seal an international recording contract with Sony Music. In May 1999, Fabian was honored at the World Music Awards in Monaco, where she received Best-Selling Record for the year 1998 for her album Pure. In July 1999, with over 6 million records already sold across Europe, Polydor re-released Fabian a unregistered trademark self-titled debut album. 1999 to 2001, extension of success to the US and Latin America, Lara Fabian. In the summer of 1999, Fabian recorded her first English-language album, Lara Fabian, in New York and San Francisco for the Sony label. The songs were written and produced with Rick Allison and Dave Pickell, Walter Afanasieff, Glenn Ballard and Patrick Leonard. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard's Heatseekers album chart, reached #1 on the French album chart and #2 on the Belgian album chart. For the Asian version of the album, Fabian collaborated with American-Taiwanese pop star Liam Wang on the song Light of My Life. The dance pop song, I Will Love Again, her first English single, reached #1 on the US Billboard Hot Dance Music Club Play, and peaked #32 on the Billboard Hot 100, #10 Adult Contemporary, as well as appearing in several international charts. This included the UK Singles Chart, where it peaked at #63. The follow-up ballad, Love by Grace, entered the Adult Contemporary chart, peaking at #24. In February 2001, Love by Grace became the theme song of the lead couple in the Brazilian soap opera Law Section Os da Família, broadcast by TV Globo in Brazil and Portugal. For several weeks, the song was #1 on most Brazilian and Portuguese radio stations. The third single, dance pop song I Am Who I Am, remixed by Hex Hector, became an underground club hit, but did not chart. In Europe, the single Adagio charted at #5 on the French singles chart and #3 on the Belgian singles chart. During this period, Fabian recorded songs for several Hollywood motion picture soundtracks, including The Dream Within for the Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within soundtrack, and For Always for the AI, Artificial Intelligence soundtrack, which contained both a solo version and a duet with Josh Groban. 2001 to 2003, O Canada 2001 and Return to French Roots, New, Live 2002 and Entente Intimita Copyright. New, Fabian's fourth French album, was released in the fall of 2001 in both Copyright Bec and France. New is a documentation of her emotional ride in the preceding few years caused by the success of the previous album, and as such is more vulnerable and fragile. The album reached #1 in Belgium and #2 in France but had little impact in Copyright Bec. The album was also released in Portugal and reached a top 10 on the album charts during the fall of 2001. The first single, released in the summer of 2001, was the anthem Je crois encore was a top 20 French hit. Other singles followed, including Fabian's personal favorite Immortal, Amo da Copyright Jar, and in 2002 to his Mon Autre. Also in 2001, she collaborated with David Foster and the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra to record the Canadian national anthem, O Canada, in an English version, a French version, and a bilingual version, for a promotion of the Government of Canada. In 2002, Fabian contributed to the World Soccer Championship CD release, with the song World at Your Feet written and produced by Gary Barlow. Towards the end of 2002, Fabian released her second live album, Live 2002, from her latest tour, together with a DVD showcasing concerts recorded in December 2001 in Belgium at the Forest National and at Lazare Copyright Myth in Paris. Her 2003 stint at the Casino de Paris every Monday night were intimate concerts which were released as a live CD and DVD at the end of 2003, under the title Entente Intimita Copyright. 2004, second English-language release, A Wonderful Life. In 2004, Fabian released her second English album, A Wonderful Life. The project was commercially unsuccessful but critically praised. The more organic sound on the album is attributed to the work of French guitarist Jean Farr, copyright Lix Leland, and producers such as Desmond Child, Anders Bagge and the British team True North. The centerpiece, Review My Kisses, was written by Desmond Child, was first recorded by LaAnn Rimes in 2002 for her album Twisted Angel. The first single released for radio was The Last Goodbye in the US and most other countries. In France, the song No Big Deal was the first single. Neither of the songs achieved success and the album was not promoted. And its release was cancelled in the United States. In Brazil, the song I Guess I Loved You achieved moderate success when included on a soap opera. The song also gained some popularity in Portugal, for the same reason, though it was never officially released or promoted. 2005 to 2006, A New Musical Direction, 9 in On Regard 9. After a sabbatical in 2004, Fabian returned to the music scene spring of 2005 with her fifth French album, 9. It marked a different direction in Fabian's musical and personal life. The album is performed differently, with smoothness, serenity and with a lot of joy, far from the in-depth and dramatic vibes of earlier recordings. 9 yielded the hit single La Lettre, a song co-written with her new partner, Jean Farr, copyright Lix Leland, with whom she produced the album's 11 tracks. Other singles released included Ni Louis Parler's Place d'El, Un Ave Maria, Il Ni Manquait Que Toi, and the gospel-infused L'Homme qui innovate part de maison. In October 2006, Fabian released a CD and DVD of this associated tour, both titled On Regard 9 live and recorded during the 29th March 2006 concert at Les Arts copyright Nith in Paris. The CD presents 15 live performances plus a brand new song, Aim, recorded in a studio in Montreal. 2006 to 2007, an Italian collaboration and live concerts in Europe. Fabian's next studio album was to be her first Italian-language project, and in June 2007 she worked in Rome and Los Angeles to record sessions for it. No further details have been revealed. In the meantime, the single Ancora Malato reached the top of the Italian charts and number 16 in France. In Los Angeles, Fabian worked with Dave Stewart on a multilingual album, reputed to include songs in English, Spanish, French, Italian and a few other languages. This album is expected to be released in late 2008. Also in 2007, Fabian was in copyright Beck to perform a 2-night concert at the Olympia de Montreal. On October 14, 2007, Fabian was a surprise guest at the only concert Gigi D'Alessio gave in France at the Olympia in Paris, just a few days before the birth of her daughter. 2009, returned to the music scene, Toutes les femmes en moi. A few months after her daughter's birth in 2007, Fabian carried out a tour of Ukraine, Russia and Greece. She also made a few TV appearances. During 2008, Fabian was in Belgium preparing to record a French album with pianist Mark Herskowitz, who had composed and arranged the hidden instrumental track featured on the 2001 album New. The album will be partly recorded in Montreal, Canada. The album, Toutes les femmes en moi, was released on May 26, 2009. The first single, Soleil, Soleil, is a cover of the Nana Mouskouri song. The second single was Toutes les femmes en moi, the only original song on the album. 2010, Tour Les Femmes Font le Show, Mademoiselle Zavoureux. Throughout the first half of 2010, Fabian embarked on a European tour of concerts, especially throughout France, Switzerland, and Belgium, incorporating the main repertoire of her last album Toutes les femmes en moi along with some classic and fan favorites. She also had the chance of once again performing in Eastern Europe, with a more acoustic set. This time also included English recordings from the album Every Woman in Me. In September 2010, she finally released her 2009 album Toutes les femmes en moi in copyright Beck, following a week of promotion. She also recorded the album Nuit Magique with Canadian singer Coral Egan. Later in 2010, Fabian released a concept album in Russia and Ukraine called Mademoiselle Zavoureux. It features 11 songs in different languages by Russian composer Igor Krutoy. Mademoiselle Zavoro tells the story of a woman who crosses different lives over the years and centuries, having a special personal bond to Fabian's origins and family. The whole project is not only musical, but also cinematographic. All 11 songs were shot with distinct videos, creating one big film, produced and directed by Ukrainian film producer Alan Badov. The album itself, containing a CD and a DVD, was first released in Ukraine on October 25, 2010 and in Russia on November 19, 2010. An international release date is yet to be confirmed. The whole set of songs composed by Fabian with eager croutons in English, French, Italian, Spanish, and Russian. She first introduced one of these songs in 2009 during the New Wave Festival in Latvia, performing Domain and Xist Pa. Later, in 2010, she returned to that same stage performing new songs from the already finalized project. She has been promoting this project in both countries both on television and by performing a series of concerts presenting the new songs live to the Eastern European public. Ever since she has established herself as a huge superstar in Russia and the Ukraine. Fabian was a guest performer on October 30th show of the Ukrainian X Factor, singing Mademoiselle Hyde, and Domain and Xist Pa, taken from the album and also her longtime classic Adagio. In 2012 she sang Mars Solitude, a duet with Greek singer George Peris, on his album Unsuate, 2013, De Ils and Le Secret. Lara released her new album Le Secret on April 15, 2013, which consists of 17 brand new songs. On the same day of the album release she showcased her new songs at the Centre de Paris. Her first single is De Ils, released February 20, 2013. The song talks about the love between two men and two women, speaks about tolerance and acceptance of the LGBT community, just like her previous song La Diva copyright runs. 2014, Make Me Yours Tonight / Algar Paragraph Tar 1/4 Beni. In August 2014, Lara released a duet with Turkish artist Mustafa Cecili. The title, Make Me Yours Tonight, was released as an EP in English and Turkish versions, as well as in additional acoustic versions. Her first cooperation with Belgian-US label Audacity Records, the single reached the position 1 in physical single sales in Turkey, and position 2 in digital sales. A remix version of Make Me Yours Tonight has been announced for fall 2014, as part of a new Best of album. Discography. Studio, 1991, Lara Fabian, 1994, Carpe Diem, 1996, Pure, 1999, Lara Fabian, 2001, New, 2004, A Wonderful Life, 2005, 9, 2009, Toutes les femmes en moi, 2009, Every Woman in Maine, 2010, Mademoiselle Zavoro, 2013, Le Secret, Live, 1999, Live 1999, 2002, Live 2002, 2003, Entout Intimata Copyright, 2006, Unregard 9 Live, Compilations, 2010, Best of Lara Fabian, 2011, Jamie Savines, Awards, Etoile. Cherie FM Awards, 2005, Best Female Star of the Year. FAR Copyright Licks Awards, 1995, Best Show of the Year, Songwriter-Performer, 1995, Female Vocalist of the Year, 1997, Popular Album of the Year, Pure, 1998, Artist with Most Recognition Outside of Quebec, 2000, Quebec Artist having biggest success in a language other than French. IFPI Platinum Europe Awards, 1999, award for sales over 2 million units. Victoires de la Musique, 1998, Revelation of the Year. Women to Women Without Borders, 2000, Gold Medal. World Music Awards, 1999, Best-Selling Benelux Recording Artist of the Year, 2001, Best-Selling Benelux Artist of the Year. Juno Award Nominations, 1996, Best New Solo Artist of the Year, 1996, Best-Selling Francophone Album of the Year, Carpe Diem, 1998, Best Female Vocalist of the Year, 1998, Best-Selling Francophone Album of the Year, Pure, 2001, Best Female Artist. Writing for other artists, Fabian has written for other artists such as French female singers Kimani Bardi, Nolwenn Leroy and Miriam Abel. She also composed for Daniel Lara Copyright via and is said to be currently working with a former contestant from Nouvelle Star 3, Roland. She has often praised the voice and talent of successful female singer Amel Bent, who was also a contestant on that show. She wrote Dis moi comment Irma for Greek singer George Peris on his album Unsuate. Acting career, 2004, in the MGM film De Lovely the singer performed the numbers Another Openin', Another Show, and So in Love from the Cole Porter musical Kiss Me, Kate, 2012, in the movie cartoon Alice's Birthday. She is the voice of the captain in the Canadian French dub. Her daughter Lou voiced Bolo in the French dub. 2014, in the movie Rawan. She is singing voice, when pictured actress Cariana Capo and Priyanka Chopra in Italian dub. Personal life, Fabian and French singer Patrick Fiori began a relationship at the start of 1998. She had been with French director, producer, and composer Copyright Rad Pulicino since 2006. On November 20, 2007, Belgian singer Maureen revealed, during her concert at the Cirque Royal, that little Lou was born this morning. Referring to Fabian's first child, a girl named Lou, born at the Edith Cavil Hospital in Nickel, Belgium. The father was Copyright Rad Pulicino. See also, List of number 1 dance hits, List of artists who reached number 1 on the US dance chart, List of awards received by Lara Fabian, references. External links, official website, biography of Lara Fabian, from Radio France Internationale, Lars FM, Lara Fabian, all Lara Fabian's career. English translations of Lara Fabian's songs, singing Je t'aime with stunning audience interaction.